Hello, my dear friend. Today I read a story. The name of story, Class 6, Lesson number 4, The Shop That Never Was. Writer by H.G. Wells, means Herbert George Wells. Herbert George Wells, 1866 to 1946, a famous English writer, was best known for his science fictions. His most notable science fictions include The Time Machine, The Invisible Man, Eight Threats. Wells also wrote many short stories. One of his best known short stories, In the Country of the Blind, The Shop That Never Was, is an adaptation from his famous short story, The Magic Shop. So let's read the story. I had seen a magic shop from afar several times. I had passed it once or twice, but never had I thought of going in. One day my son Gibb dragged me up to the shop. There was such keenness in him that I was forced to get in. It was a little narrow shop, not very well lit. On the shop counter there were several crystal balls. On the floor there was magic mirrors, one to do you out long and thin, and one to make you short and fat. While you were laughing at all this, the shopman appeared. How can I help you? Said he. I want to buy my little boy a few simple tricks. I said. Said the shopman and scratched his head for a moment, as if thinking. Then he drew from his I had seen the trick done at magic shows, but I had not expected it here. That's goods, I said with a laugh. Is not it? Said the shopman. Gibb stretched out his hand to take this object and found merely a bank pump. It is in your pocket, said shopman. And there is was. How much does it cost? I asked. There is no charge for glass balls, said the shopman. Politely, we get them free. He drew a business card from his cheek and handed it to me. Genuine, magic goods, sir, he said. He now turned towards Gibb with a friendly smile and said, You wanted a magic box, did not you? Yes, Gibb said. It is in your pocket, he said. Gibb discovered the box with surprise. Then the shopman quickly went behind the counter and was absent for a while. Let's look behind the counter. Gibb, I said. He is making fun of us. Just then he appeared again from a dark corner of the room. You will like to see our showroom, sir, said he. Gibb tied my finger forward. In the showroom there was many things that Gibb fancied. He turned to this astonishing man with respect. Is that a magic sword? He said. A magic toy sword. This is a unique one. It neither bends, breaks, nor cuts the fingers, replied the shopman. I tried to find out what they cost, but the shopman did not pay attention to me. He had got Gibb now. I saw with a feeling of distrust that Gibb was holding this person's finger as usually he held mine. The shopman showed Gibb magic trains that ran without steam, clockwork, and a box of soldiers that all came alive when one said a magic word. You have never seen such a one, said the shopman. You will take that box. We'll take that box, I said. And the shopman swept the soldiers back again, shut the lid, and waved the box in the air. And there it was in brown paper, tied up and with Gibb's full name. and address on the paper. He laughed at my amazement. I too felt very uneasy and began to look for the way out. Turning, turning to give, I saw him standing on a stool. The shopman was holding a big drum in his hand. You will playing hide and seek. Daddy, cried Gabe. And before I could prevent him, the shopman had put the big drum over him. Take that off, I cried. This instant, you will frighten the boy. The shopman did so without a word. He held the big drum towards me to show its emptiness. The stool was empty too. My boy had disappeared. Where is my boy? I said. You see, he said, displaying the drum. Interior, interior, this is genuine magic. I jumped at him and fell into utter darkness. Third. Sorry, sir, I did not see you coming. Someone said. I saw I was in not reason state and I have collided with a man and a yard away was Gib. He was carrying for slot in his arm. He smiled at me. He did not look scared. For a second I was at a loss. I stared round to see the door of the magic shop. It was not there. There was no door, no shop, nothing. I did the only thing possible in that mental state. I called for a cab. I got in with Gib. Dad, said Gib at last, that was a proper magic shop. Gib looked completely and amazed. He was neither scared nor disturbed. There is in there in his arms were four parcel containing items from the magic shop. Since then I had been up and dying. Resonant state several times looking for that shop. After all, I had not paid for the items.